We're gearing up for the ultimate challenge.
On your marks,
Tapping some teens to help.
get set,
To see which of these grocery bags will last the longest.
go.
Single-use plastic is becoming a thing of the past. Bans have been put in place by various levels of government. 6 items are part of the federal ban, and the goal? For Canada to have zero plastic waste by 2030. The plastics industry is challenging that ban in court. Still, many of us have already made the switch. We want to know if the most popular alternatives are as good for the planet as their green packaging seems to suggest. So we're hitting up some big chains. There's plenty to pick from that isn't single-use plastic. From reusable bags at the checkout to compostable products on the shelves.
Compliments compostable bin liners,
After a couple of quick comparisons,
$6.99, 52 bags, 44 bags, $11.20. What?
we can see that going greener doesn't come cheap.
$2.75 for plastic, $4 for compostable.
Almost every single-use plastic alternative we find
So there's 30 bags in here and only 10 in here, and they're the same price.
costs more.
You're going to see a price premium for compostable products simply because it is just genuinely more expensive to make.
Cal Lacken is the director of a leading Canadian waste research initiative.
Okay, now the federal government, that ban that they brought into place for those 6 particular single-use items, what's your take on that ban?
I think it was actually a well-intentioned but a bad idea and poor execution. It was a very difficult transition for a lot of small businesses to move away from single-use plastic packaging, and in many cases there wasn't viable alternatives. So, if you're going to ban single-use plastic, you probably have to replace it with something.
One of the most common alternatives to that plastic we find, products labeled compostable.
Most people actually don't fully understand what compostable means in general. When people think of compost, they think, I can put it in my backyard composter, and that's basically it. Like, they don't fully understand the mechanics behind it.
I can put it in my backyard over time.
And it will turn into soil,
Yeah.
basically.
That's what we're putting to the test next.
I wonder how long these paper straws will last in the water.
I guess we'll find out.
We're taking 10 items labeled compostable and tracking how they break down in places they could end up. They're made from a variety of materials: paper plates, birch cutlery, and compostable plastic. First, buried in the ground.
Charlesley, how was your day at work today? Oh, good. I buried a bag.
Next, the classic at-home composter.
See you in a few weeks.
And finally, Lake Ontario. I'm gonna weigh this crate down with some bricks. While we wait to see just how long it takes for these items to break down,
Okay, thanks for the lift, Emery.
Awesome, no worries.
let's see how long another single-use plastic alternative lasts.
Reusable bags. They are easy to forget, but they're cheap and available at lots of stores. Now, in order for these bags to be considered truly reusable, the federal government says they have to be able to last for 100 trips of 53 meters each and packed full with 10 kilograms. Sounds like a marketplace test to me.
We're at the Ability Center in Whitby, Ontario.
Look at our testing squad today. This is so awesome. Each of you has a bag in front of you.
Today, these teenage athletes are competing against each other.
When your bag is packed, I'm gonna check it to make sure it weighs 10 kilograms. Almost. Oh. Okay, 9.6. You wanna grab a banana? How much does a banana weigh?
Depends on the banana.
And for comparison's sake,
You guys know what this is, right? That's the classic plastic bag.
we're throwing in a plastic bag too. Every 53 meters, we'll pause, unpack the groceries, and pack them back in, just like we do at home.
Because you're simulating like another trip to the grocery store.
If their bag breaks or tears, it's out, and it doesn't pass the reusable test.
Everybody grab your bags. Are you pumped?
Yes!
Can you do this?
Yes!
All right, on your mark, get set, go.
Just a few steps in, and the traditional plastic bag isn't doing too well.
Look at that. Oh, it's already ripping. Look, there's a rip on the side.
I think you're in trouble there, bud.
I think I'm winning.
Oh! Plastic's done.
And not long after,
Oh, we got a tear.
Oh. I didn't even see
We got
it.
it ripped. Sobeys ripped. You did 5 trips and it ripped.
Sobeys.
5 trips down, 95 to go. While we wait, let's check up on another one of those alternative plastic products, compostable goods. To do that, we're in Toronto, a city that manages 170 million kilograms of organic waste each year. Many municipalities have an organic waste program, a green or brown bin program, where food scraps get turned into compost. Matt Keller manages Toronto Solid Waste.
This is only supposed to be compostable material.
Correct.
Toronto's green bin waste ends up here, but that's not all.
Like, I can see tons of plastic and stuff.
Yeah, so in Toronto, we allow plastic bags to put your organics in. It doesn't matter if it's compostable or regular plastic. Our system is designed to remove those plastics out of the system.
The city says allowing plastic bags encourages more people to use the green bin program, instead of needing to spend more money on bags labeled compostable.
People are buying those because they think it's better than using plastic.
So some programs, that's what they promote. And they require compostable plastic bags because that's how their system was designed. That's how it's
Right.
functioning. For us,
Doesn't matter.
doesn't matter if it's compostable or regular plastic, it'll get removed at the start of the process.
You're saying this won't be composted in
That will not be composted in our program.
You heard right. Compostable or plastic. All of the waste sent here is put in a big tank and blended with water.
And the materials come in, it chops it up, and the lighter materials, which are the plastics, float to the top.
Anything that doesn't belong gets skimmed off.
Straight on the truck, and it goes right to a landfill to be deposited.
And it's not just the bags. No compostable plastic is welcome here.
We don't want to see compostable plastic cups and cutlery because they all just end up going to landfill.
And Cal says that's not a good option either.
A lot of people are going to think, okay, well, fine, it ended up in landfill, but at least it's compostable, it's a greener product, it's better than me putting a piece of plastic in the garbage.
When you have organic materials, it will break down and release its carbon and methane into the atmosphere, which is actually not what we want at all. So unless we have the ability to capture that carbon, it's just actually extra emissions.
So this is where like the real magic happens.
Toronto's organics facility can capture that carbon and turn it into renewable natural gas.
The City of Toronto actually uses that renewable natural gas to fuel buildings in our fleet.
But when we show Matt our whole haul of products, there's not much his program would accept.
Very challenging for just the general consumer who wants to buy something compostable to do something better for the environment.
And it's not just Toronto. These major cities don't process any compostable plastics, and these accept some compostable products, but with strict rules.
What would you say to people who say, Toronto, you need to catch up, change your system, come on, get with the times?
So our system is one of the most advanced systems available. We're leaps and bounds ahead of some other municipalities who, quite frankly, some don't even have an organics management program.
What would make it better for you, but then also the planet?
I think that would be just standardization in terms of how we process organics across the country, not have it divvied up into, municipality accepting a couple products that the neighbor doesn't accept.
So if municipalities can't take compostable products, what happens if they end up in our environment?
Is this renewable and sustainable?
No, it's single-use garbage.
Coming up on your marketplace. We're digging into Canada's plan to ban single-use plastic items.
See you in a few weeks.
From compostable straws to wooden cutlery, we're testing whether popular plastic alternatives are as eco-friendly as you might think. Alternatives like reusable bags.
How many of these do you guys have at home?
So many.
A lot.
Are they durable enough to offset the carbon footprint needed to make them?
Trip number 5, away you go.
Oh, the peanut butter. Yo, hurry up.
To find out, we're simulating 100 trips to the grocery store.
I know, it's a lot of groceries.
Our traditional plastic bag doesn't make it very far.
Oh!
And neither does this Sobeys bag.
Oh, we got a tear.
We're not even halfway when we lose our next bag.
At 37 trips, we've got multiple tears in the red Metro bag.
And then they seem to drop like flies.
Really torn. It's really torn.
Yeah. So Dollarama, you're out. Strap ripped, Walmart bag is out.
It's a long road to 100 trips.
Wow, I didn't see this one coming. Ripped bag, okay.
It gives me great joy and pleasure to announce this is your final trip, 100. Away you go. Woo!
In the end,
All right, you did it! You did it, you did it. Way to go.
only 5 bags remain out of the original 12. Despite failing our test, Dollarama and Walmart say their bags are independently tested and pass. Metro admits their t-shirt style bags are not designed to carry more than 9 kilograms, below the federal standard. Sobeys and Loblaws don't respond. But that's not the only plastic alternative we're looking into. The packaging on these compostable products makes some pretty green claims. So we take a closer look.
It says, made from birch wood from sustainably managed forests. This sounds pretty good, pretty green.
It does, in theory, but it largely depends on how it's being used. So I think ultimately we need to be moving away from single-use anything.
Okay, this also says, unlike plastic cutlery that can take years to break down, composted birch cutlery soon becomes healthy soil.
It's kind of a misleading statement. I think it has the potential to. I would want to know what they mean by soon. So what is the time frame? I would bet my bottom dollar that if you put this in your backyard compost, 2 years from now, it will still stay as a wooden fork.
Well, we're not gonna wait 2 years. We've put 10 products labeled compostable into a backyard composter. Woo. Buried them in the ground.
Oh, there it is. Oh, did a good job.
And submerged them in Lake Ontario.
Oh, wow.
All for 14 weeks.
Okay, it's time to check out our stuff.
First up, the compostable coffee cup. After being buried in the backyard, they do look different.
But what's interesting is you can still see what I imagine is the liner from the inside of the cup.
Same with the lake.
For at least 14 weeks, all of this would have still been floating around in the lake.
But in the backyard composter,
Very little breakdown, very little breakdown.
turns out hardly any of our products break down at all. Wheat straws and birch forks,
Honestly, that looks practically brand new.
bamboo plates and bin liners,
It's dirty, but it's sturdy.
and compostable plastic items, all easily identifiable after 14 weeks in all environments.
I mean, you could eat your soup with that right now. No problem.
Our only products that fully break down: 1 paper straw and 2 paper plates.
It's all gone.
We ask the manufacturers about their products. These companies say their products break down in commercial facilities where they exist. They don't comment on the millions of Canadians that don't have access to these facilities. Sobeys doesn't respond. To learn about the damage these products can do in our environment,
This is just a treasure trove of litter.
we're meeting with Karen Wersig from Environmental Defense, an advocacy group.
This was a coffee cup and a lid. 8 weeks in a composter, 14 weeks in the lake.
It's when it breaks down into little fragments that it becomes food for all kinds of unsuspecting organisms, and then all the additives in there. What's happening with them? Where are they going? Are they moving up our food web into animals that we end up eating? Like, this is the big problem.
This says renewable and sustainable. Is this renewable and sustainable?
No, it's single-use garbage.
That's 14 weeks in the composter.
Well, what they'll tell you is this is compostable under very specific industrial conditions that don't really exist at scale anywhere.
And if your municipality doesn't take compostable items, it can be nearly impossible to find a facility that accepts consumer goods. It's why Wersig's message around alternatives is so simple.
Try to avoid using single use, no matter what material it's made out of. And remember that the stuff that looks and feels and is marketed closer to plastic is effectively plastic, and it's doing the same kind of damage in the environment. So, don't go out of your way to spend more money on it, that's for sure.
I'm guilty of forgetting my reusable bags, my reusable cutlery. Is it my fault for being forgetful?
We've been trained by the industry that all this packaging is just a convenience item that causes no problem to anybody. We need to untrain ourselves collectively, and the government needs to help by setting up rules so that we untrain ourselves from these very damaging practices of thinking that we can grab something, use it for a short time, and then throw it away, where it will last for, centuries in nature or in a landfill. But I think companies that have to take more responsibility for this kind of thing, and provide alternatives that are real alternatives to this disposable society that we've been living in. Really, reusable should be as convenient as garbage.
We asked Federal Environment Minister Julie DeBruzen to come on camera and talk about her plans to put plastic alternatives in their place. Her office refuses and don't respond to our findings. Instead, they say their proposed rules for labeling compostables are on hold while it's before the courts.
Here in Banff, they're taking waste reduction matters into their own hands. Coming up, we'll show you some of the surprisingly simple tactics they're using to cut down on waste.
Here in beautiful Banff, Alberta, they're setting an example for the rest of Canada when it comes to tackling the plastics problem.
So I see the signage, Zero Waste Trail.
Environmental Coordinator Carla Bitt says the town has a plan to reduce all single-use items, not just plastic ones.
From our perspective, all single-use items are a problem, whether they're plastic or not. We don't want to substitute one material for another. We want to reduce them and eliminate them altogether as much as we possibly can, and showcase that as an example to our visitors who come from around the globe.
When we dine in at A&W,
Could I have a teen burger, please?
we're given real dishes.
All reusable.
At the farmers market, you're encouraged to sit and stay.
I give out plates to all the food vendors in the mornings.
Eating off reusable and even edible cups.
Okay, so it's a cookie, so I can take a sip and then... Oh my gosh, what a great idea. So can I have the yuzu and orange tea sparkler, please?
This tourist town has partnered with Muse, a company dedicated to creating a more circular takeout culture.
Okay, so this is the barcode.
You can check out stainless steel cups and containers and use them for up to 2 weeks for free.
Okay, so here we are, different coffee shop.
When you're done, return them to any business that's opted in.
And then you scan the QR code on the location, and then you confirm your return.
Confirm return, and it's that easy.
And if you're looking for tips at home, Cal Lacken, a waste specialist at York University, suggests changing our way of thinking.
Reduce, reuse, recycle, not just a catchy phrase, it's the order in which we're supposed to do things. However, there's a direct correlation between consumption and happiness. So I think when you frame waste reduction, you frame it in the sense, instead of depriving yourself of buying stuff, it's about avoiding wasting what you already have.
Okay.
And then opting for reuse where possible, and recycling is the least preferred option out of the three.
Avoiding wasting what you already have.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
A good strategy to save you some money and help the planet at the same time.